So I got some of these logs that I had. It's not very good, but it gives you the idea of what I'm going for. What's up, guys? Today, like I told you yesterday, we got a lot of work to do.
We are working on the landscape and we are going to trim some of this tree down. So that's what we're going to start with today.
Yep, so I got this pole saw and we're going to start on this tree. Hopefully everything goes smooth today because we got a lot of work to do. Some of them so far. We need a new blade or to get it sharpened, but what do you guys think of these boots? Got some new snake boots for my uncle. We went to the dentist and he's my dentist. He's the family dentist. And he hooked us up, Jaylena and I. Guys, check out Jaylena's attire today. Brought to you by 100% the viewers. Let's start. Okay. Let's start with the hat.
This ain't from the viewers.
Oh, I thought it was that Ohio one. So never mind, scratch that. But then we got the shirt.
This is from Julie.
Then we got the pants.
These are also from Julie.
Then we got the boots.
And these are from Uncle Vance.
There you go.
AKA our dentist. So as you guys seen before, the string on the lawnmower broke, but Jason's been working on it and he thinks he's got it fixed. So once he gets that started, I'm gonna go ahead and mow the front yard a little bit and get this looking good so we can start on the landscaping around the camp house.
see if it works or not.
Gonna take a time or two?
Probably. Hasn't started in a while. Alright, so we went and picked up some weed fabric. And couldn't get the lawnmower to start, so we're gonna mow later. So we're gonna start doing this flower bed section. And what we're gonna try to do is kind of get some of this grass out. We don't need all the grass out. We're gonna do the best we can. Put the plastic down, go get some sand, and put it on top of that. Probably won't be able to get logs today, but we're gonna see what we can get done before the sun goes down or we kill ourselves because it's hot. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are using the hoe, and we're going in, we're taking out all this grass so we can put that plastic down. A little bit of work, but we'll get it done. Alright, now that we got the grass all taken out, we're going to put plastic down, but first we need to go get some sand. So this is going to be the fun, tedious part. We're going to drive out with the truck and Jeep to the sand dunes. The truck can't make it into the sand dune, so we're going to try to get them as close as possible, take the Jeep, get sand, put it in the back of the truck, over and over and over and over, and bring back sand. So that's the goal.
Let's get to it.
Alright, so as you can see, we're out here. We're gonna try to dig this up. It's pretty soft, but as you can tell, it's just sand. So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna load this ice chest as good as we could, take it back to the truck that we parked right over here, dump it in, multiple trips. Hopefully this thing doesn't take forever. Luckily, it's easy to dig. This is a little easier than loading a cooler.
You want me to dig some?
A little bit. There'll be plenty of digging. Alright, so I think that's enough to get us started from the small sides. Give us a little break. We're gonna head back and get some water. Alright, now we're gonna roll out this weed fabric. It's gotta stick out some. Alright, now that we got this weed barrier down, you guys can see the whole front. We don't have enough sand to do the entire thing, so what we're going to do is put it in spots and kind of weigh this stuff down, so we're going to do that real quick. So we just did the first truckload. It wasn't a lot, but it did the whole front. It was a lot more than I thought it would be. It's not as thick as we wanted, but as you can tell, Jaylena is starting to spread it out, kind of get it all over the weed fabric, and then that's one side. And yes, it does just look like dirt right now. The sand is still wet. It will dry out real quick in the sun tomorrow. That's not an issue. And then I have a spot where I think I might get the top layer of sand. It's more white and more sandy consistency, I guess, not so soily. Like this is like real fine. I want more of the sandy, gritty kind. So we're gonna end up doing that, and then we're gonna go out and of course get more loads, do the side right here, the side on the other side, have it come out. I don't know if you guys saw, but we got some of these bricks. Some of these bricks right here that you can see, they're very cheap in cost. But if you guys watch Jared's channel, he just did a Texas fire pit, and it came out pretty awesome. So we said, let's do the idea. Let's get those bricks, but we're just gonna do a circle fire pit. We're not gonna do a Texas shape, at least not as of right now. We may try to, you know, take Jared on and outdo him, ranch style. But yeah, Jaylena's getting here doing this. This is a good first load. I was very shocked, but it's very easy to work with, as you can tell. She just gets in here and moves it around real easy. Really nothing to it.
The hard part was just digging it up and then putting it back out, shoveling it back out here, because the sand's heavy, and Jason and I took turns and shifts, but it was still super hard.
Well, would you rather do that or pay for sand?
I'd rather do it for free and get my ranch workout on.
Exactly. Get our ranch workout in and get to use material straight here from the ranch that's natural, it's free, and it just means more to us to be able to come out and do this than just pay money and get it done. So we're gonna work on this for a little bit. It is super hot and humid today. My cousins came out. It's my cousin's kid, so I guess that's my second cousins. There's Ava, Liam, Ian. I don't know, there's a lot of them. Camille, I don't know how you do it. You're a good woman. But my mom can barely even remember 3 names, and I think you have 7 kids, so Jaylena knows a little bit about something like that.
Yeah, I only have 6 brothers.
6 brothers and a sister, so she knows how that goes with a lot of names. But they were out here for a little bit, and it was super cool. We saw them pull up. They were out doing some ranch chores, I guess, with my uncle that you saw in the beginning of the ranch rescue. Him and his wife came out with the kids, and we saw Ava sticking her head out the window as they were coming up, and my first thought was like, okay, I don't really know these kids as well as I wish I did, because I've lived in Dallas and their whole lives, you know, so I haven't been around them. And they got out of the truck and they were just like, you're Jason, you're Jaylena. They knew everything about us because they watched the videos. And Ava, the first thing that came out of her mouth was, oh my gosh, the camp house looks so much better. And so that right there, I don't know how old she is, probably like 8 or something, maybe 8 to 10, I don't know. But for her to say that, I mean, that made it all worth it to me, because she's been out here, and you know kids don't lie. So for her to come out here and see it before and then see it now, and that's like the first thing that came out of her mouth, I am super glad we're doing this, and that's why we are doing this out here for our family, the entire family, not just Granny, not just us.
If we decide to stay at the ranch and live here, a lot of you said, well, why don't you just fix up the camp house and live in that? While that's a great while that's a great idea.
Oh, thought you were trying to say well, but super country.
While that's a great idea, the reason we wouldn't do that is because the house here, this house, is the house that, you know, Granny, I don't know if she lived in the house.
They came out here.
Granny stayed out here a lot. You know, Jason's dad and his uncles, they grew up around this house, and this is the family house. This house is never going to be ours. We would never want to take it away from the family, and if we were living here, then they couldn't just come out and be here. So we want to preserve this as, you know, the family camp house, so if anyone wants to come out here, they have a place to stay.
And I know a lot of people said that we're just like wasting our time doing this if we're not going to live here. It is not a waste of time to me. Jaylen and I are the ones putting in the work, and as long as we're happy with it, that's all that matters. And of course my dad comes out and helps, and Matt came out and stuff, but we're the ones out here the majority of the time. We're the ones doing the landscaping and all that. And to some people it's worthless, it's pointless. To me it means everything, because we're helping the family, and to have my cousins come out here and see them out here, that was awesome to me. And they were excited to be out here, the kids, and that's exactly how me and Jared felt as a kid, and Matt, when, you know, my dad or uncle would, you know, bring us out. So to see my uncle bring them out, that's like the third generation, you know, right there. So it just, I could see it in their eyes as kids. This camp house is going to be here a long time. This ranch has been here a long time, and that's why we're doing this. We're preserving the ranch for the entire family, but the big goal is to let Granny come out and see it.
Yep.
So we're going to get busy. As you can tell, we are sweating. It is just brutally hot today. We're going to get as much done as we can. There's no way we're going to finish this. Absolutely no way. But we're going to get as far as we can and keep you guys updated. All right, so now I'm going to try to get some of these logs. This branch right here doesn't really serve a purpose, and I want to be able to see from the camp house over there all the way through. And not that this really blocks too much, but there's like one branch on it, so this makes no sense to keep. So it's got a lot of good wood on there that we can use. A lot of these portions right there, we can either use for furniture that I'm gonna make or for the landscape. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down and use it. I think I'm gonna go get a chair or something. Might make it easier. Just lied. I'm gonna use the truck. All right, now I'm gonna finish it off now that the truck's moved, and hopefully just get it to fall right there. Pretty much what I wanted. Now that I got it down, I'm gonna come in and try to get a lot of these good straight parts, cut it here, try to get the most usable stuff out of it. So I'll get to cutting. So as you can tell, I cut off two small ones. I left this large one all the way because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use yet. I think I might possibly cut it in half or just drag the whole thing over there and kind of see how it fits and see what we're working with here. All right, so now that I'm back by the camp house, we got all the big logs here. I think they're going to be a little too big to go around the house, so I'm thinking we might just stick with small pieces like this. It actually doesn't look that bad. It's easy to piece together. If they rot out, we could exchange them real easy. It's not a big deal. So I think that's what I'm going to do is use these smaller ones because they're going to be easier to find out there for the border, and then these larger ones I think would look really cool around the fire pit. So we're going to go ahead and move these over here. I'm going to dig a new fire pit area, put these logs there, and I'm going to have to go get a lot more logs because this is going to take a lot more wood to get this finished. I know I made that look easy, ladies and gentlemen, but those things are heavy. I'm just kidding. I know I'm not that strong. But what I'm thinking is I would like the fire pit right here. Right above it, we cut all the limbs out, so it's not really an issue. But whenever you come out of the door, we're going to put a little pathway right here, straight to it. And then the other path will come this way and over to the main gate. So if we ever put a fence in, it's not an issue. And this is real close right here. Have fun. Go in the camp house, can exit that way. I think it's gonna work. Alright, so what I'm gonna need to do now is we had a little hole here that we dug for a fire pit. It was very small, very easy, very cheap. It was literally a hole in the ground. But as you guys know, we bought those bricks. So what I'm gonna do is come in here, dig this grass out, dig a hole here in the middle how I want the fire pit. Then I'll put the bricks down. Well, I guess we'll put we'll put the bricks down, we'll put sand, we'll put plastic around the whole thing. So this circle is gonna have to be a little bit wider because we want the fire pit ring, and then we want enough room for people to hang out on the outside. So this is gonna have to be a lot bigger. We're gonna have to go get a lot more logs, but I think in the end, it's gonna look pretty freaking awesome, and it'll be a spot for the whole family to enjoy. The actual fire pit area, so I can kind of see how big I want it, put the bricks down, kind of get an idea, and then see how wide we need to make these logs. So I think right here, there's nothing above it. We've cut all the tree branches up real high. So I think this is a good spot. I got a little hole dug right here. It's not big. It does not need to be deep because you don't want it to be real deep because it wouldn't work very well. So I'm gonna get the brick out, kind of lay it out, see where it lays, how big we need to make it with the bricks that we have, and go from there. I'm gonna start with the little circle we got right now and see if it's too big or too small. See about what it's gonna be, which is fine, doesn't have to be huge. And I know that there's grass still here. I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to get the size of it right now. Too close. Almost exact. Almost exactly the right size. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know that that's the area. I'm going to try to get all this grass out right here, level out that dirt, get some of that grass out, and probably I think this is a good enough length out. This I might push out a little more, and then when it gets over here, it's gonna curve back over there to the front porch. So again, not a huge fire pit. We don't need anything big. We're not trying to do like big real country bonfires. I know a lot of you city folks probably call this a bonfire. No, it's a little fire pit. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and show you guys in a minute. So I got some of these logs that I had. It's not very good, but it gives you the idea of what I'm going for. So basically, you'd be up here on the porch, and we're gonna have some stairs right here. You're gonna walk down, and then there's gonna be a pathway right out here, and then it's gonna open up to the fire pit. So it's gonna be very simple. And then what we're gonna do is, since the pathway, the stairs will be there, we'll open it up this way as well, and you'll be able to walk to that little gate opening there. That's a gate that's been here forever, and I've always wanted to use it, so I think I'm gonna make that the entrance and build something around it and do a walkway from that little gate right over here, right up to here, and then it's gonna turn and come over here to the fire pit area. It's gonna be so much work, but so worth it, because one, we're using almost all free material. We spent, I think it was $30 for these little bricks. So yes, it's a little bit of money, but it wasn't too bad, because you can clearly tell where the fire pit is, and it'll keep sand from falling into the fire pit area. And then all these logs are free, the sand's free. It just costs our work, plus the weed fabric. But I think we spent $50 total, something like that, for the entire thing. So once this is done, this will be sand all around this fire pit, sand all the way up over here, and then sand all the way around the porch with wood, all these logs and stuff that we have going around it. So I think it's gonna look pretty awesome. Again, it's a lot of work, but you guys are going to have to stay tuned till tomorrow because I'm not even close to being finished, but this video is going to be super long. So stay tuned. I promise you guys it's going to look good, and I'm going to try my hardest to get most of it done today. But even that's a stretch because it's so much work going and getting logs, coming back, digging this up, putting weed fabric down, going and getting the sand, bringing the sand back. So it doesn't cost much, but it costs a lot of our time, and to me it's worth it because I think the family is going to love it. I think this is going to be the first time we've ever had official fire pit, walkways, and all that out here. I'm going to make this awesome for my granny, so guys, stick around tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot more progress on this. But if you liked this so far, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, the notification button. A lot of you are saying, I'm not getting notifications on your videos. You have to go back because YouTube changes. So you have to go back to your notification bell, click on it, and it'll give you 3 options. Click on notify all so you guys can know when we're going live and our videos coming out and stuff. But guys, thanks so much for your support. It means the world to me. And Jaylena. Jaylena's doing something right now or she'd be out here. But guys, it just means the world to me and my family, and it means the world to me that WeBoost sponsored us with that cell signal booster. So if you're interested in a cell signal booster, please go down in the description. We have linked WeBoost. We are not getting paid for this whatsoever. They just gave us the product in exchange for telling you guys about it. We would not tell you about a product that was worthless because we're not gonna do that to you guys. So far we went from literally zero service unless we climbed the windmill. Now we have 4G cell phone service. It's insane. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. There's gonna be a lot more progress done, and I'll probably change shirts again. I think I already changed twice in this video, and I'm sure I'll change many more times. So guys, see you tomorrow.